Hey y'all, what's up? How y'all doing? So I'm at work, so if it's loud at any point, that's why. But I know it's been a minute because shoot, I was on vacation, so I was enjoying myself. Basically, I just wanted to kind of trying to just hide my logo because I don't want them to say nothing. But yeah, so basically, I wanted to talk to y'all today about C-PTSD. So it stands for complex post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of people, after dealing with narcissistic abuse, they find that this is like something that they deal with, something that is, it's something that everybody deals with, I feel. I don't know. You comment down below, like, share, subscribe if this resonates with you. You let me know. I can only really speak for myself. But I was looking into it or whatever, and I was so surprised that I basically had C-PTSD. I just was not diagnosed for it because I never went to therapy or anything like that. If anything, it's been self-therapy on just learning from studying psychology and a lot of other stuff. And then I'm just like, man, so this is what I dealt with on top of listening to the numerous other content creators that talk about the topic, and then I'm like, oh shoot, they'll remind me of things that I dealt with, and I'm like, oh wow, all of it is connected. Everybody's experiences seem similar in some type of way, fashion, or form, still different in their own ways, but nonetheless, it's all the same overall. So a lot of people notice that if they went from relationship to another relationship, dealing with, if you were raised by a narcissistic parent like myself, then you realize that you probably have a history of unhealthy relationships. And most of the time, it would be the other people because, your narcissistic parents set you up for failure, set you up to be drawn to the same type of things that they, because they condition you a particular way that those same conditions you feel comfortable meeting because you're codependent, you're a people pleaser, you don't have healthy boundaries for yourself, they walk all on you, you know what I'm saying? It's a certain type of treatment that through childhood and your adolescent years you're used to. But if you weren't raised by them, but you've dealt with it through relationships or family members, same thing. It really applies. I mean, it doesn't really apply, I'm going to say, to co-workers, bosses, or neighbors. But nonetheless, it depends on how long you've been around these people and how long it has affected you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and physically. And if you ask me, these are connected, because deep down, NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, no, it's a spiritual disorder. They got demons. I don't care what anybody says, because there's no therapist on this earth that can really get down to why these people act the way that they act, just truth. But anyways, so C-PTSD, these are just some common signs or symptoms, but I already said, you may have a history of unhealthy relationships. You might not be able to, you might more than likely have trust issues, what I'm saying, where you don't trust easily. You might want to make friends. You might want to go out, but you just don't trust people. That's what narcissistic abuse and, manipulators can do. They can cause a lot of distrust. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be a reminder that there are genuine people still existing in the world. That if they do something nice for you, it's not because they want anything in return. They're genuinely doing it because they want to, because they got the resources to help you. They're not expecting anything in return. But trust me, when a motherfucker bring up some shit, well, remember when I did this? That's a manipulator. Because why are they bringing up something that they did for you? Because they expected you to do something for them. We don't do things, with the expectancy of something in return. You know, these types of people, they don't know how to give genuinely. They are not genuine people. You know, there's always an agenda, a plot, a hidden, you know, I don't even know what other plans, you know. There's always something else. It's always a door number 2 with them. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, you may have feelings like where you just shut down, you know. You may kind of want to like numb your emotions because you don't have a really good grip on, you know, the emotions that you're feeling, or they're just really, really intense and overwhelming for you to process. So that's why you shut down or you just numb it out, right? So, and again, I'm speaking for me, but these are just some things that I read and they resonated with me. I just wonder if they resonate with you. Just want to talk about it. Angry outbursts, you know, just the smallest things could just set you off and tick you off. Startle response is extra just exaggerated. You know, like let's say you're in traffic and a motorcycle just zooms by, and you know, everybody knows that motorcycles are super loud. So, you know, you just hear super loud noises. Like let's say for 4th of July, fireworks, you know what I'm saying? Immediately triggers your PTSD and makes you just feel startled and just, you know, your heart might just suddenly start racing and pounding out of nowhere. There's lapses in your memory. It's hard for you to remember certain things. Nightmares and disturbed sleep patterns, aka insomnia. It's hard for you to sleep. You know, you just have nightmares each and every night. You might wake up tossing and turning. Some people have substance abuse issues. You know, to me, you can get anything you can get addicted to. You can get addicted to food. You can get addicted to video games. You can get addicted to working out. You can get addicted to, sex, porn, alcohol, weed, cigarettes. Like anything can become an addiction if you do it too much. I'm gonna say it's okay for you to do things. Just do it in moderation. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we're not talking on no Christianity or none of that. I'm just speaking in general because let's face it, like people these days that's why I say a lot of people are religious. They're not really Christians because Christians believe in a whole bunch of things before marriage, and they definitely don't do that while being single. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we're gonna skip past all that. There's like a feeling of like on the edge, you know, you're hyper vigilant, you know, always looking over your shoulder, wondering if somebody, you know, kind of like a spectrum of paranoia. You know, you're just kind of paranoid, like, is somebody watching me? That, like, you might look around and peep somebody watching you, and now you know, you just start getting thoughts, like your imagination starts running away with you, basically, right? But you might have overwhelming feelings of shame or guilt. You know what I'm saying? You could feel suicidal. When you go into crowds, you feel really overwhelmed. You know? And I think I already mentioned heart racing. Like, you know, I could give you a good example with heart racing. I moved away from home, started a whole nother job, started my own life and everything, far from everybody that I knew. Because the environment that I was in was toxic, so I had to move to another environment. And in this environment, you know what I'm saying, I started healing, getting back to a level of normal, I guess you could say. And I remember one day my mom called me, and as I'm watching her name pop up on my phone, my heart started racing, you know? And I'm just like, why is my heart rate was calm. But the moment my phone started ringing with her, my heart started racing. You know, my fingers like I remember I was at work. My fingers was gripping like the steering wheel, like super fucking hard. I just watched how my body reacted, and I said, this isn't normal. This is unsafe. This is unhealthy. And so I just ignored her call, because my body was used to being hyper vigilant in a state of fight or flight response. She's not a safe individual to be around, because why is my body responding like this? I would have exaggerated startle responses where any little least thing would kind of pretty much startle and scare the fuck out of me. I would shut down because I didn't want to really talk, or somebody could say something and I may take it the wrong way, even though most of the times I don't think I took it the wrong way, but I shut that shit down. Then they're like, oh, well, why are you going off on me? Look, those are angry outbursts, you know what I'm saying? Because whether you realize it or not, you harbor a lot of anger because you're not able to properly express your anger to the narcissistic individual, because they don't care to hear how you feel. They don't care what you think. They just don't care. And when you realize that a person doesn't care, it's like, it's pointless to talk to them. You're talking to a brick wall. So a lot of anger and resentment and bitterness can build up. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely feel overwhelmed in crowds, because, I never liked going to the store when it was crowded. I never liked going to concerts or bars or clubs. And if I did go, friends wanted me to go, I would have fun and enjoy myself because, we're out to have fun, but the energy was just off as fuck. I know suicidal feelings, because the suicidal feelings are attached most likely to feeling worthless and useless. My mom used to make me feel very worthless and useless, like I just couldn't do anything in life right, I can't talk right, I can't read right, I can't spell right, I can't dress right. Nothing was satisfying or appeasing to her. Nothing. I probably couldn't take a proper shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're sitting on the shitter wrong. Oh, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, critiquing every least detail in your fucking life, nitpicking left and right. And after a while, that's going to get to you. It's gonna make you feel like some type of way. It just is. But lapses in memory, it was hard for me in school, because if I'm dealing with her fucking psychological games, mind games, and torture, it's very hard to even focus on school. Not that I give a fuck about school at this point, but, because there's a lot of shit in school that school failed to teach me any damn way. The most it did was teach me how to read, spell, write, to get by in life. But a lot of that shit you learn in school, you don't use it in real life. How come they're not teaching about narcissism in school? Why are they not teaching about finances in school? There's a lot of things they should be teaching in school, but they're not. Again, what is school good for? You put yourself in all this debt to get a good job. Then when you get the good job, you got to pay all this damn debt back. What kind of fucking sense does that really fucking make? Congratulations, this is corporate America. Welcome, you've been fucked. Okay? That's part of a nightmare, if you ask me. But yeah, nightmares. I stayed having nightmares. I stopped having nightmares once I left, got away from my mom, cut her off, and went no contact. That's when the insomnia stopped for me. I no longer had to toss and turn, and my mind overthought a lot. A lot of times my mind was always thinking, always. There was no downtime to just breathe. And overthinking takes a lot of energy, y'all. It takes a lot of energy when you overthink things. But that's how narcissists, because you never know. You're walking on eggshells day in and day out, and you never know what you say, what you do, what you're wearing, what you're eating, what you may smell like, perfume, cologne, your hairstyle. You don't know what it is that'll set this motherfucker off. You just don't know. But you tell me down below. This is just some of what C-PTSD is. And my mind was blown that, oh my God, a lot of these signs resonated with me. What of these signs that I talked about resonated to you and in your life? I'm curious. I love feedback. So anyways, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Holla at y'all later. Peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. Stay safe out there, y'all. Bye.